We're live.
All right, word. I'll start from the top. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of the Just Goonin Podcast, presented by JGR Team Fried Esports Racing. This is RippinRutz, and I'm joined with ImXerex. What's going on, man?
Oh, not much. We're ready to get this season going and see how this podcast turns out.
Yeah, it's kind of something we threw together. We've just been talking back and forth just as a way. How can we build the hype around this? How can we make like a cool, dope esports community within itself that's kind of almost like a IRL race series? So we kind of want to bring that professional side of things. We want it to be competitive and clean racing, obviously, but want it to be legit. So just a little bit of history of our team and what's going on there. So everyone thinks we're kind of like Joe Gibbs Racing fanboys, if you will. But essentially, JGR comes from the term Just Goonin Racing. So just me and a couple buddies back home growing up, we used to, rip around and do a bunch of cool like moto content and stuff. And we turned it into sort of a lifestyle thing. And as we've all played video games and such, we met a bunch of cool people. Joined up with a bunch of guys here, so we got a cool team. So JGR Team Fried Esports has definitely been legit. With season one for MXGP 2020 was awesome. Started to kind of grow a cool little turnout after our inaugural Supercross series. And then actually it was Xerex that took the 450 title home, which was dope. So looking to build on that season two.
Yeah, for sure. It was this first season was mainly just kind of like a rough go of things. We just wanted to see how everything would turn out, and it turned out pretty well. I was surprised for sure that it only took about 5 or 6 rounds to get a good turnout. And I was just pretty thankful that everyone can have something to go and be competitive at for online racing.
Right, for sure. And it's been cool to see all the different teams and what have you that come together, whether it's, last year battling with PXR, and then, we kind of got some newer teams coming up, level-headed racing, which has been cool to see. Obviously you got your top guys from like G Fuel and such that run. So definitely cool to see like a lot of different exposure from other angles coming in. So we're really excited for season two. With that said, we'll kind of cover on some of the rules here and the layout of the series. So I'll let you take that away.
All right, so for the rules, we are gonna start off with there's no dirty racing of any kind. We don't accept that. You will be warned. Well, on GP for race directing, can't really be warned, but you'll if you most likely think it was dirty, it is. Um, but no T-boning, like that's obvious. Um, it is okay if you get squirrely and accidentally hit someone. That happens. Uh, if you do accidentally take someone out, just wait up. It's not a big deal. And that's pretty much it on that part. The next part of the rules, lagging out's basically a mechanical failure or you crash out. That's all there is to it. You will just get scored last, or say two people lag out. It's if whoever lags out first gets the higher position. That's just how it's gonna be. Or sorry, whoever finishes, or geez, whoever lags out first gets the lower position. Uh,
Word.
because obviously the second guy races longer, so he deserves that.
Right.
Um,
Exactly.
we are starting something new for registration. It's mainly going to be a Google form. We will not be accepting any other kind of signups unless our only exception is if it's last minute, like but when the Google form's closed, we or we're not going to accept a crazy amount of signups last minute, but we will accept one or two. Um, there's a line that seems a little bit cheaterish, if that's a word I can use to describe it. Just ask us, because more than likely, if it's that big of a time difference, you will be penalized. Um, for signing up for the classes, 250 and 450s, it says that you can only sign up for one class. Um, but for the first 2 rounds, you can sign up for both. Uh, whatever one you feel like you're more comfortable in after the 2 rounds, you can. You just have to stick with that class. Then for the tracks will be different for the 250s and 450s. that's pretty much all there is to it. Just a wheel will be spun for every round. Um, do you wanna do you have the prizes in front of you, or do you want me to take that too?
No, if you have the prizes, go ahead, and then we'll go keep going after that.
All right. So for season two prizes, we're looking at in the 450 class. First place is taking home $75. Second is 40, and third is 15. And then 250 class, we got champion with 50, the runner up with 25, and then third place with 10.
Sweet. Hell yeah, man. And that's it really should be like exciting. I mean, for a lot of people, even though it's not like a lot of money on the line, just kind of having something like at the end of the season, something to kind of battle for and keep it competitive for a lot of people. So I definitely think it'll be cool, guys. With that being said, like as far as the money and stuff goes, work with us. Like we've done some giveaways and different things on Supercross for race wins and whole shots and stuff before. People can tend to be complicated when it comes to money. Like we're pretty simple. We just want to either Venmo it or Cash App it to you. We don't want to have to go through, 80 different payment methods to try to get you your $10. So obviously be understanding with us with those kind of things, but definitely excited to have that on the table for this season. So I'll carry it away. We're going to talk kind of on our team lineups and what we got going on. So obviously, we implemented the two race option to kind of run both classes. Um, and then you can kind of pick from there. But kind of the way we have it set in stone right now is the 450 class, obviously, going to be headed up by Xerex, Samuel YZB. We got Goon, myself, Rippin. Who am I missing in that 450 lineup? Oh, Small Peen Boy. How could I miss Peen Boy there?
Yeah, how can you miss him?
The legend, man, the fucking JGR legend.
For sure.
So then the 250 boys, we got a couple new guys in there, which is going to be cool. But obviously, we have like Savvy Lance, Vivid. We got Bao, who's looking really good on the 250, obviously. New, Tackman. Who else we got? Trotzilla. Dude, I mean, definitely got a loaded team. So
Yeah,
a
definitely a
lot of guys
stacked
ready to go
250 class.
racing. Yeah, for sure. So that's really it for our team. Make sure I'm not missing anybody, am I? Who am I missing? Savvy, I said
I think you
Goon.
covered everyone.
I swear if I if we miss someone, we're gonna
I
fucking pay
know.
for it later,
Did you
brother.
get Tack in there?
Oh, absolutely. I can't forget tax. I think we covered everybody, but if
Yeah, for
not, then
sure.
someone's gonna definitely shit on me later, but all good.
Yeah, it
Um,
happens.
so we'll kind of just gel into some actual game convo here. So GP21, how we feeling about it?
Um, I definitely am liking it a lot more than 20. 20, there was really no consequences for anything bad that was going on. Uh,
Right.
you could just pretty much put it in third or fourth gear and hold it wide open everywhere. It was that. Then you had the Corey turn that was pretty popular in 20. It's not,
Right.
it's, it's just like they refined all that in 21 and they made it more, I want to say, realistic feeling. They tried to at least, to where you can't just go wide open. You have to back off, actually.
Right. And that's something I really noticed is like, and I kind of went on this whole rant on my Instagram when the game first came out, but like the game is harder, right? It's not the same as 20. Like if it's not as arcadey, if that makes sense. So like
Exactly.
even in Supercross, like it's more of an arcadey game, and like MXGP is designed to kind of have a little bit more like realistic side to it, at least in this version. So like you said, holding it wide open and just like on the back wheel isn't as much going to work. So I definitely think it's going to bridge the gap as far as competition's concerned. You're not going to have as many guys blowing people out by 30 seconds. I think it's going to really tighten the field up. Obviously, you're going to have your faster guys that are going to pull out front early and be gone. But I really think that 4 to 10 pack is going to be really tight and a toss up in both classes. So.
For sure. And even say if a leader would get a 30-second lead, it's very easy to lose that in this game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So it's not really anything to sweat in a 15-minute plus 2 lap moto.
No, definitely can be made up with a little bit of racecraft and some patience. And then I also urge people all the time with like MXGP, don't fucking be trying to push to make a pass all the fucking time. Like sometimes just sit back, lay back, and wait for something to happen. But anyhow, that's just me on
Yeah,
my
no,
soapbox here.
that's true. I mean, you gotta just let everyone know you can't just force something. It's racecraft. You gotta develop that over time. You'll eventually realize it, and you'll eventually be patient.
Absolutely. Good shit. So let's see. 250 class. Year one for us in the 250 class. It's going to be fun. So I'll let you take that away and we'll kind of go back and forth and throw some things out here.
All right, so year one for the 250 class. Let's get this. Do I have the results up here?
I have the 250
Yeah, I do. Okay.
preseason results in front of me here.
So we're mainly, I think, who's the top five or yeah, the top five is Savvy racing 250s.
Davy is racing 250s, yeah.
Okay, so we're looking honestly. Uh, let me hold on. Let me get this here. There we go. So our potential lineups for the 250 is it's going to be pretty stacked in my opinion because there's
Yeah,
going to be guys for the first two rounds racing both classes. So you got to have that in consideration. You might not know where they're going to go. So I imagine we'll probably have Shire in the 250 class along with
yeah,
uh I'm not sure if Stuck Shark's gonna race 450s. It looked like he was, but
yeah. I think he'll be 450, but maybe
we
he's one of
will
those
I
guys that runs
guarantee you
both.
we will be seeing him in the 250 class at least once.
Right,
And then we have our GGR Team Fraud lineup with Trot, Zilla, Tackman, Nunu as our like premier rider coming up and coming rider. Vivid
right.
Suffix. Um, we got Balboa, and of course Savvy Lance. I imagine we're missing some guys that might not have just raced the one-off race that are
Right.
gonna
Yeah,
come
I
out
mean, there's
swinging.
definitely a lot of guys out there I think that have shown interest in the 250 class. And regardless, like I think even just having like a full lobby in this class, which we will definitely be a success for it. And it'll kind of like open up that opportunity for people to not always have to race. Like if they're newer to esports racing and they want to jump in, it kind of makes it a little bit more competitive for them and not just so much, like running a 450 class. So as
Exactly.
far as as far as like the top title contenders go, like they're,
It's
honestly, man,
really
it's tough.
hard.
It really is. I mean, honestly, like if I'm gonna have to put my bets on anybody, as far as if you're taking out guys that are gonna run both the first two, like obviously there might be someone that swings back to the 250 side, but looking at it now, I think Bal is the most competitive 250 guy. I think he's got like a lot of speed. Honestly, like I have a hard time fucking keeping up with the guy. I think the biggest thing for him is going to be, he gets the starts, but going like mistake free for a couple laps. I think if he can do that, he'll be definitely tough to beat. And also Trot has shown a lot of speed, so
That's what I was
it's really going
about
to
to
be tough,
say.
man.
The thing about Trutzilla though, it's kind of complicated. He doesn't play often, so it's more so he's unpredictable.
Right,
And then
100%.
going in for the sleeper pick, I'm gonna probably pick. I know it's kind of biased. I mean, but we don't really know who else is gonna race the 250 class. I'm gonna say
Right,
probably Tack or Savvy.
yeah, for sure. Savvy was really quick in the preseason race. He
He
definitely put
was.
down some hot laps, and he was out there ripping like on Sakamoto, if I'm not mistaken. He was up there with Iowa running that pace for a couple laps.
He was,
And
yes.
then Tack is super consistent.
It's as
He's
long
just
as
one of the
his
OG
internet.
boys.
That's
Yeah,
that's the
yeah,
biggest issue.
honestly,
And it's sad
yeah.
to say that.
If he doesn't get the sound glitch or get fucking slow mo glitch, then he's usually pretty good. So no, there's definitely a lot of good guys, and like depending on which way it goes with who runs the series, we saw some like new talent come in. Penfold Sean was interesting in the 250 class. We had a couple different guys. Shire looked good. So yeah, man. I mean, I'm excited to see kind of where that goes. Like you said, it's hard to tell what's going to be the lineup for sure. But just kind of going off of our guys and a couple oddballs, I'm definitely excited. So
Same here. It's gonna be a good season for sure.
definitely. So and I guess we'll go into the 450s too a little bit. Now
Well,
this is where it kind
before
of
we
gets
go into the 450s, let's just my opinion on the keys to the 250 class would be
oh true that
it would be honestly getting as many wins as possible
yeah.
because there's so many guys that can win. It's just up to you to get up there as much as possible.
Right. Yeah, no, that's a good point. Like thinking about what's most important to win in this class. Like I think I mentioned it when we were talking about Bow before, but if you can get a whole shot and put 2, 3 good laps away with no mistakes and kind of distance yourself, I think you're going to find a lot of success getting wins. Because like I said, I honestly think even in the 250 class, that whole field has the potential to be running lap times within the same like second or two. So
Yes,
I think the start's going to be huge.
it will be. Um, yeah, then yeah, let's get into the 450 class.
All right, let's hop into it. So I got to take over because we can't have Champ talk about Champ here. But so 450 class, definitely loaded. You saw in the preseason race we had a really huge lineup. I'm pulling it up now. Let me see how many people. We had 26 going to qualifying, and 24 came out of it and actually like put a result in, a motor result. So we did have a B main that night. So definitely look forward to in the 450 class, especially this year. There will be B mains. We will have one of the JGR Team Frag guys host it. So just kind of always stay tuned with updates on race night with our Instagram or on the JGR Pro MXGP League Discord. That way you can kind of keep up to date with lineups, LCQ stuff, B main, whatever the case may be. But kind of going down the lineup here, obviously Xerex took it away with a 1-1 that night. Iowa was hot on his heels with a 2-2. Dynamic looked really good. We got, a whole field of guys really to get into here. Even a lot of new guys that kind of joined in, first time names. So I'm really excited to see kind of, what season 2 is going to be for the 450 class. And I really think there's the potential, again, to just have so many guys going at it.
One thing I will say about that one-off race is Iowa had me sweating.
Yeah, man.
He the honestly, I mean, I kind of had it handed to me. He just had two unfortunate wrecks right at the end with I think 2 laps to go, and that's
Y-
it's just
y-
it was handed to me. So
No, but I mean, you definitely, the thing is, you definitely have the speed. So I think the two of you will really go at it.
indeed, and
Um,
I honestly I don't care if I don't win. It's just I want good racing,
yeah, man, that's what it's all about, honestly. And I think
and
I will.
I think us from the top four in the one-off race, it's gonna be anyone's game, and then
Right.
and it's hard to say because you have even yourself and Peen Boy who can definitely win.
Yeah,
And then
it is possible.
even you can't count out Yoshimura, I forgot. He's coming up.
Yep, he's going to be racing the series. And then I can never say his name right, man, to tell you the truth, but um, on Stay Level's team, what's the Ochevix? Is that, I guess, how
Oh
you say it?
yes, Ochevix. I guess. Yeah, he's
So
definitely
he
pretty
kind of
fast.
popped in. He popped in really randomly in the JGR Team Friend mini series. We never really heard of him, and he won the Supercross round that night, which was crazy. And then we get on GP, and the dude's like on rails. So that's gonna definitely dice it up. And then like obviously having guys like Dynamic, who was right there. And it's just yeah, like you said, man, it's gonna be really good. A lot of good racing.
I
So
mean,
I'm kind of excited to see.
even looking outside the top four right now from the one-off race, from if you just take out Trot and Vivid, it's
Yeah.
back from Stuck Shark all the way to I think stay level. That's it's gonna be so competitive.
It is, man. And like it's gonna really make for like the possibility, like when you're looking outside of the top 12, like you see guys that are fast that didn't qualify for the A main, right? And that's like the crazy part. And that's how the field's becoming more dense. Like you look at Tackman, who has good 450 speed. We race with Tack all the time. And he got 15th on the night, and that's nothing on tack. That's just that shows you how deep this field is.
And yeah,
And
exactly.
you got guys like Keel who just started racing with us, J Law's first round in. So a lot of guys in the middle of the pack too that can kind of be right there on the cusp, potentially qualify and shake up some point standings for the top guys in the class, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And then we never know about someone like Hockey Drew might be an oddball that might just spoil it and race the series. We don't know.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Slurp has, raced a couple here and
Yeah,
there.
that's true as
So,
well.
and
And
those guys are definitely ripping.
yeah, for sure, that could break up the top three that maybe anyone has in mind as of now.
Right. Yeah, so I mean, when you talk about title favorite, this is where it gets interesting. There's it's a toss up, right? Like I really think whoever can get out to a start early in the season and kind of assert the dominance, if you will,
So, do
is
you
who's
think that's
gonna
also the key
pull it
to the
out.
450 class? Getting
I think that's one of them. I think you got to get out to a hot start. I mean, you saw it last year. Like you kind of came out of the gate swinging, and you were right there at the top of the points all year. So I'm not even gonna limit my title favorite to just one person. I'm gonna put three people on the table here. You tell me how you feel about this. So it sounds biased. Obviously, you're up there. Okay, defending champ, wearing the number one plate. Can't go against that. Two, I think Iowa is definitely in
for
that hunt.
sure.
And then three, just based off who's running the series right now, I really think Oach could be that guy. Like you guys are like the core three. I mean Samuel too. Fuck, it's like
I know
there's
that's the
so
hard
many,
part,
dude.
and then you got to think like dynamic even,
Uh, yeah, man.
and it's.
Like
I'll just say this now. In my opinion, this is going to be the key to the 450 class and the top getting top three in points. It's going to
word.
have to be consistency
Yeah, 100%.
because there's so many guys that can get top five. It's going to be who can get top five the most, in my opinion, or even top three even.
Yeah, dude, for sure. It's kind of like it's like that Dungy effect. I think sometimes accepting in these races that you're not going to win and a third and fourth is good for like the points implications or whatever the case may be. But you just got to accept like a steady result sometimes. So I definitely think consistency will be huge.
For sure.
Um, Sleeper pick. Who can you see kind of, even if it's not to win the title, but who can you see kind of sneaking in there as someone that could at least be a contender for it?
If you want me to be completely honest, I want to say possibly I was a dumb friend, or
Yeah.
I'm going to say Yoshi.
Yeah, man, for sure. Um, Yoshi's got a lot of speed, but he hasn't raced. Has he raced the series race with us?
No, but I imagine he's going to just because he's posting a bunch of stuff about GP, and I mean he's on PXR.
True. Yeah, and they have just Stuck Shark running PXR at the moment that I can think of.
Yeah, I'm sure the OG himself, Bean, will let him know.
Yeah, maybe pop in for a few, but them boys are all on bikes now. So,
Yeah,
let's see who's in here. Honestly, like I think, man, this is tough. I think if Goon stays 450, he
he
could
could.
really like
Yes,
shake it up.
he's
I
definitely a
think
top
that he's
five
gotten
guy
way quicker even since we've done the preseason race, right?
for sure. It's the one problem is there's more than five guys that are top five guys.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
It's
Like,
just
oh man.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's gonna be nutty. It's gonna be fun for sure. So I know you kind of already touched on your key for the 450 class consistency. I think that's gonna be huge. For me, this is gonna sound crazy. Like, I think honestly, bike setup is way more huge in this game, but two, for some reason, for me, like on a 450, I feel like the bike setup is almost way more key than the 250 class.
It
And
is
I've been struggling with it. Like, admittedly, like if if I could find out a good setup for the 450, I would feel a lot more confident on it. And I think being able to adapt your setup week to week on the track is going to be huge because we've kind of like watched where you'll race with like Iowa at OSS and he's gapping the shit out of us. We're like, what the fuck,
Uh,
man?
I don't
You
even want
know,
to
because
think
he's got
about it.
like, right, he's got like the gearing or the bike set up down, and there's certain tracks like even within our team where some of us are ripping and others are better on other tracks. So it's going to be really, I think, important for the bike setup.
I agree.
So I'm trying to think if there's anything else to touch on the 450 class. I think we covered just about everybody and everything.
Yeah, so I guess we can start wrapping it up.
Yeah, dude. So we'll kind of, see how this does and if it gains any traction. I mean, it was just kind of an idea we came up with, build the hype around the season. So if you guys enjoy it, let us know. We'll definitely kind of think about doing this again. Maybe do like weekly or bi-weekly like series recaps, talk about the racing and stuff, which I think would definitely be fun to do. Um, so race time and schedule for round one. You got that in front of you? All the logistics of that?
For round one, yeah, I'll get that. Round one, we are looking at January 4th is the 250 round one. It's starting at qualifying starting at 9 o'clock p.m. U.S. Eastern time. Uh, then for the 450 round one will be, sorry, yeah, the 450 round one will be January 6th. Same time, 9 o'clock p.m. U.S. Eastern will be qualifying, and it's mainly going to be every Tuesday and Thursday roughly, except for once we get into the beginning of March, there's going to be a couple week break. That's just real life problems. It happens. It's unfortunate.
Yep, absolutely.
Um, but as far as round one goes, we're gonna expect a little bit of delays probably just because it's opening round of the season.
Right.
But before we move on into anything else, I want to talk about the track list too. So far for the track list, we have OSS, Majoria, Afyon, Karahisar, Locquette, Leon, Autobiano, Agueda, Riola, Sardo, Keegums, Lamel, Petra into Xanadu, Tuchenthal, and then the other two tracks are to be announced, but the one is for sure most likely going to be Mantova. If not, they will both be custom tracks.
So, so have we thought about the custom track yet? Is that something that we open up?
No, we haven't, but it'll most likely be one custom track I have made, and maybe I'm thinking about one of Goon's,
Yeah.
and
So
then we'll
it's
just
gonna be
add them in
awesome.
there.
Hell yeah, that's what's up. Um, yeah, and then big thing, it's just like I said earlier, following our Discord and Instagram for updates on race night. Like you said,
I'll
first night there
even
might
uh,
be some delays.
I'll even throw our I'll get a picture of our Instagram username for JGR Pro MXGP League and our JGR Team Fried, and I'll put it up in the video.
Word, yeah, that'll be perfect. So, all right, well, good shit. Again, guys, if anyone, whoever listens, thank you. We appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. This is Rippin signing off with Xerex here, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yep, we'll see ya.